Hey y'all, it's me back again with another poem. I took a little hiatus because I had to, get life together and get acclimated with certain things, but I'm back. I hope you guys missed me. This poem that I'm going to do for you guys, it's centered around one line that I heard while I was watching TV. And it was just so profound that I had to make a poem about it. The line was, "You provided the soundtrack to my heartbreak." Pause for dramatic effect. But it just made me think. So what I did was I started writing the poem, and basically it's centered around that one line. But as I was writing, I started incorporating titles of breakup songs. The soundtrack to my heartbreak. So that's where the poem comes from. The poem is called Soundtrack. Are y'all ready? You provided the soundtrack to my heartbreak, where the words were like the crack of a whip that was cruelly executed with such harsh precision. The verbal lashing that sent me retreating, feeling defeated, and my little happiness I had stored away, you depleted. Trying to outrun the attack but couldn't move my feet. Even in my anguish, I found solace in my love for words. So as you provided the soundtrack for my demise, I'd write in between my sobs and my cries. You couldn't tear down what you didn't create. I'm that woman men wish they had. I'm that woman that would love you with every breath in my body. I'd even kick my own ass for my mistreatment of you. But you couldn't see past your own pain, so you lost sight of me. Tried to gouge my eyes out so I couldn't really see you. Orchestrated my pain so I couldn't see past it. But an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind. Bound to you because I felt my mistake was too great. Felt this had to be my fate because I laid down with you and conceived. Wanted to love you, but in my love you couldn't believe. I thought I showered you with the love I wanted to receive, but I guess I perceived wrong. So I put pen to paper and wrote out my heart's soundtrack of misery, sending Cupid to penetrate your heart's defenses to no avail. Tried to withstand your assault, but I couldn't prevail. There were no thrills as I rode the wave of your emotional roller coaster, praying and hoping that you would gather the courage to unbreak my heart. But I felt like I was auditioning for a spot on X Factor, Dysfunctional Relationship Edition. Wished I had listened to my woman's intuition so I wouldn't be sitting here crying you a river as you shun my tears. But I find peace in the fact that we are never, ever getting back together. Had to let the love I had for you burn. Now I'm in the corner of some dimly lit club, clutching my drink, turning down men because my view of men has been slightly tarnished, and only the right man with varnish can restore my love. All the single ladies know what I mean. Ain't no sunshine in this pain, as you now are somebody that I used to know. I can guarantee I use my heart less, so I'm not left treating my wounds. I hit the signal as I get to the end of the road, writing words to dismember this love that I no longer want to remember. Couldn't even make it to the end of September. As the seasons changed, I hoped you would too, but you wouldn't take that fall. Prayed for heaven on earth, but you gave me hell. You'd probably never confess to your infidelity, but now I know the signs. So, with the next, I'll be leery. I'll see it before he cheats, so I'm not left with my wall down feeling weak. Thank God I didn't have to endure all your I'm sorries and the it'll never happen again. At this point, it's definitely too little, too late. Can't tell you how many times I left and came back until this date. More than I'm willing to admit. Thank God I finally loosened my grip, stripped myself of my mistake, allowing my poetry to restore what you tried so hard to break. Tried to illustrate this picture of a beautiful rose, but roses have thorns, and well, us older folks know roses really smell like poo, woo, woo, woo. I had to hold my nose for dramatic effect. And my heart, well, this time, I will protect it. All I can do is smile, because even though it was terrible, I'm glad I met someone like you, because I'm stronger and I now have the knowledge that my tears will dry on their own, and I know I'm going to be all right. I think I already knew that, though, amidst all of the bullshit that was my silent lullaby to keep me anchored with someone who I know wanted me to get lost in him, drowning in the abyss of nothingness that you cultivated. At times, I would sit outside my body and instruct myself to go, but my physical self couldn't. It wouldn't. Do you know how disheartening that is? To know this isn't where you belong, but you want to provide a release from someone else's pain. I was in way too deep, as your energy seeped from your pores, as your energy spilled into my being every time our bodies would connect. I used sex as a way to heal you, hoping you would feel the love we created in my womb, but instead, it felt like my eternal tomb, where I was the only one there who could feel the love. You had me going in circles, asking myself, what's love got to do with it? I'd answer myself and say, nothing. Because I was tired of playing the blame game with you, tired of trying to leave, hoping you'd fix your behavior. My mind was in compliance, but my heart was a traitor. And each time I knew whose resolve was greater. Each time I fade back to black, knowing color would leave me, only having the ability to paint black rainbows because God wasn't involved in this union. Rainbows are God's promise, but this love was not. I wish I could scream in my shrillest voice, fuck you. But I can't. We had good times. And even in this moment, I replay them. Not for you. Not for you. Not to give me strength to go back either, but for me. So I remember you in a positive light, but I won't forget the pain. I sit with a smile as I ask myself, how do I mend my broken heart? With self-discovery, alone time, partying, praying, letting a man desecrate my walls, a new love. The answer will come to me. Until then, I have the tracks of my tears to console me. You provided the soundtrack to my heartbreak, but my words were my blessings. I thank God for that, for my sanity's sake, because God allowed me to bend, but I didn't break. As I come to the end of the soundtrack, I find peace, because the words of that soundtrack, I no longer have to speak.